Welcome to session 3 of our book study on our book, So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijeoma Oluo. And today we'll be talking about chapters 4 and 5. Chapter 4 is entitled, Why Am I Always Being Told to Check My White Privilege? Maybe you've been in a meeting with a diverse group of people, and about halfway through the meeting, a person of color stands up and says, "Why is it that only white men have been speaking? They need to sit down and check their white privilege." The author says that privilege is simply the advantages that we have been given by our birth or our upbringing. All of us have worked hard to become who we are, but many of us have advantages that we didn't work to achieve, advantages through our birth or our upbringing. She says that because we have advantages, that means that someone else has disadvantages. And because of our privilege, we've unwittingly contributed to the oppression of other people, even though we didn't mean to or didn't want to. Or weren't aware of it. So when someone says, check your white privilege, what they're saying is stop and consider how it is that you are advantaged over other people and how that makes you blind to seeing how other people have to struggle. And the author asks us to list our advantages that we have. And when I do that, I realize how privileged I am. I'm a white person. I'm a man. I'm able-bodied. I grew up in a healthy family, and I was given a good education. All those are privileges that were given to me by no work of my own. So white privilege is, it's uncomfortable. It's hard for us to think about that, but it's important for us to wrestle with this idea of white privilege. Chapter 5 is entitled, What is Intersectionality and Why Do I Need It? I wasn't real familiar with this term, intersectionality. She says that there was a black entertainer coming to Seattle who was known to be abusive to women. And so she got on Twitter and she started criticizing him and asking people to boycott his performance. And she got dumped on Twitter. People said, "You're a black woman. Why are you criticizing a black man? We should all support each other." And she said, "No, I'm a woman and I'm going to defend women. I'm not just a single identity. I have more than one identity." She says that all of us have many aspects to our personality, aspects of race and class and gender and sexuality. And so we're going to approach every issue differently. And she says that social justice has to take into consideration all these aspects of our different identities. We can't just focus on one. So that's what intersectionality is. Can't leave anyone behind. That's what they're trying to say. Well, that's a lot. And she's pushing us to try to consider things that we haven't thought about before and to entertain these new ideas of white privilege and intersectionality. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again on session 4. Thanks.